Hello, my name is Lucy and this is my first video on this channel, and the whole point of this channel is to basically document and vlog marine traffic that's coming out of Liverpool and basically just talk about any ships, boats or anything that is in Liverpool or going through the Mersey. And the first port of call is the Liverpool cruise terminal because the MS Hamburg has just come in yesterday. So we're going to go down and have a look at it, look at the exterior, talk about it a little bit, then come home, look at the interior on their website, rate the interior out of 10, talk about it a little bit. Then at the end of the video, rate the entire ship out of 10. So yeah, let's go and have a look at MS Hamburg. So I am standing in front of the Hamburg. Now, it only carries 400 passengers. Look, there's the Mersey ferry there coming in this afternoon. I was originally going to go on that, take a few cinematic photos with my camera, but I need to go home. But yeah, here she is, right, for size reference. The Queen Mary's bow there went to about there, right, or just stopped just before it, right, and it went all the way back astern to about there-ish. So yeah, it's pretty small cruise ship, like glorified yacht type thing, but I'm guessing the service on board is nice. Like, for only 400 passengers, I'm guessing like it's very intimate, the service and stuff like that. And you can start to get to know your crew and stuff. But yeah, it's such a nice day for it as well. I'm so lucky to come into Liverpool today because it's actually so nice. And well, it's been a bit crap the last few days, but today it's still nice. Sorry, that's my first time ever recording out in public, and I'm like so bad at it. I don't even know what to say to the camera. But yeah, it seems like it should be built by like cruise stuffing or something like that. Pontours, cruise golfing, something like that. But yeah, no, what should I say in the interior? So I am back from the cruise terminal after seeing the MS Hamburg in real life, the exterior. Now let's have a look at the interior using the 360 tour thing that the website offers. We're going to look at the interior, so like the bars, restaurants, cabins and that. I'm going to rate them out of 10. I've never seen the inside of the ship. It's from 97, the ship, but then it got revamped in 2020. So let's actually have a look at this ship. So let's go in. So we've got obviously the selection here. Here's the reception. To me, it looks like a modern hotel. This is decent. Yeah. It's also a luxury small cruise ship that holds 400 passengers. So yeah, you've got to keep that in mind when rating things. We've also got to keep in mind that I am 22 years of age, and this could be more aimed at more older people who don't have children and aren't really into like maybe bombing down a water slide. So so yeah, let's have a look at the cabins. So we've got the ADA 2-bed outside, so I'm guessing that's a window. Oh, look at that window. Oh, that telly. Look at that window. But it is a 2-bedroom, thing, and one table. I'm gonna be fighting over that. I love the window. I really do love the window. The green, I don't know what's going on with that. Could be just the materials that they've used. I've got to keep it like that. But yeah. Oh god. See, that doesn't fill me with much hope. TV above the bed in the that sense. Like, say like you are like one of those sleepers that like, during a sleep and your leg goes up, next thing you know you've got a bruise on your leg and a telly in your face. You're gonna wake everyone up in the middle of the night. But then again, you got to do what you can fit in the cabin. But I'm not a big fan of the telly there. And you don't even have a telly on the other side, so it's literally just that one telly. Again, the aim of a cruise isn't to watch a telly. 9 out of 10 tellies, like I know from hotels, tellies don't usually work. I've never been on a cruise ship, so I don't know what tellies are like on a cruise ship, but an experience of a hotel, you spend most of your time trying to figure out how to get to the normal channels and how to actually get onto like the volume and stuff. So I can't imagine anyone would care about the telly. Again, I just feel like it's a bit small, a bit cramped, especially for a luxury cruise. But then again, the extracurricular activities out on deck and out on port might be, what attracts these people. And this could be like, oh, I quickly got to change my outfit and then quickly get back out. Got to quickly use the loo. Like, I don't see anyone spend much time here. Like, I personally wouldn't. Like, even if I wanted to spend much time in my cabin, I'd take one look at this and go, no, I'll be at the wine bar. Again, it's a small bit cramped. Again, like me, I'm 5'7" and I'm not a big person. I'm quite small, stature. So for me, this looks claustrophobic. I can't imagine maybe a 6'7" fella. I don't know, 6'3", a bit more realistic. 6'3" fella, big. I can't imagine being much, But again, it's maybe one of those rooms that you get when you just want to go for a quick little travel. And all you care about is like the port. So yeah. Now this is a view that I wouldn't mind eating at that table with. I won't need my iPad then. But yeah. Now the varnish, this just screams 90s to me. It doesn't scream modern. I just don't like it. Like they could have changed it a little bit. Could definitely change this. Like no, it screams old, if you get what I mean. What's the bathroom? Again, not gonna judge the bathroom. No one, as long as you can wee in it and it's sanitary, it's fine. But I couldn't imagine you open that, it's right there. You know what I mean? Your bed. Like I don't know. My hands reminds me of university toilet. Before someone says like what uni you have, that is has a toilet inside the bedroom. I actually did. Well, no, it wasn't mine. It was someone I knew. They had their room came with a toilet like this inside their room. Now, for university students, it's ideal because that's one of the things I stayed at home for uni. But one of the things I couldn't imagine doing is sharing a toilet with random strangers in a house. So, a uni toilet would work for me. But in terms of a cruise, I'm not really that bothered. I don't know. But yeah, that's that bedroom. I'm guessing like that's the cheapest. I see the 4-bedroom. Oh, it reminds me of. Do you know like when you go to like a Comic-Con or a concert or you're staying away somewhere and like the main aim isn't like you won't book it on all inclusive, like the main aim is what you're going there for. Reminds you of that, like on those really cheap hotels when you've spent all your money on the thing that you're going to see, and you quickly need a cheap hotel that's nearby the venue. It reminds you of that. And I'm guessing like I don't know. It reminds you like a crew cabin, like what the crew might stay in. Again, I just don't get this brown varnish thing. You've only got look the skirts on the skirts on the bed aren't doing it either. Like it literally is like the carpet and everything. It screams 90s. I know they went for a refurbish in 2020, but that's not a refurb. Might be clean sheets, but I don't know. When you say refurb, do you just mean like the restaurants and that? Because so far I'm not seeing it with this. Again, we're not going to go in the toilet. There's the bed, the bunk bed. I don't know, I just wouldn't feel safe living on it. I feel like, I feel like this would be like I'll be sleeping on that top bunk and I'll be like kept up all night thinking I'm going to fall through on someone's face the next morning. Again, it's very cramped, but I'm guessing it's a cheaper one. But it's advertised as a luxury cruise ship, so yeah, the cheaper room might be cheaper, but it's not exactly cheap, if you get me. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the room so far. They definitely need to change this to a different colour. And if this is a running theme, single cabin inside, let's see. So this is for like a person. I'm guessing like, because I've heard that when you book for cruise ships, if you're like a lone traveller, you get like extra money put on like a service charge or like a charge or something. It was a bit unfair. But yeah, again, it's given 90s hotel. And I wasn't even born in the 90s, it was 2003. Yeah, it's definitely not my favourite looking rooms, I'm going to be honest. But I'm guessing it's one of those cruise ships that, again, the attraction is what they stop at because it is a smaller. And when I was reading about it on the way home, it was like, we can get into like the US's Great Lakes and that. Whereas, other big giant cruise ships that you go for, like, what's on the ship, can't do, you know what I mean? So I'm guessing the attraction isn't really what's on the ship, but where they stop at. So like you could like end up like a tulip, farm in Holland or something like that. I don't know what ships get into a tulip farm, but you get what I'm saying. Or like they end up on like the Alps. I'm trying to think of destinations that makes you get off the ship. Do you know what I mean? That makes it worth it. So it comes across as more of like, we're gonna get you to that destination. Just hold tight for a minute, spend your time in the wine bar. Yeah. Right, let's see. 2 beds outside, what's that look like? again, what's with the brown? Oh, is this just the room? Oof. Again, it's not much space going on here, and 2 little portholes. Yeah, it's not filling me with confidence. So far, the room's at a 4 out of 10. I need to change that brown. It's like a greyish, like a bluey grey. Do you know what I mean? To complement the blue tones of the room, the blue and white tones of the room. Oh, look at that window. See, right? So much light coming in from that big giant window. These browns sort of dull it a little bit. You need like a light grey blue to sort of complement the thing. You get me? Maybe just like a gold. I don't know. Something that's not this brownish colour. Because to me, the brown speaks to me 90s. You get me? Like the Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet on the bow type situation. Oh yeah, 97. Yeah. But yeah. See this one. Oh, look at the red carpet. Right. Right. When it says outside, what am I looking at? Am I looking at like the wheelhouse? Are they the lifeboats? Like, am I during this party evacuation? Am I just going to like punch through like that scene from the Kingsman where Eggsy just punches through the window? Is that what we're looking at here? Like, I don't think you can. I don't think you can sell this as a view. I can't even tell what I'm looking at. Do I get to people watch from this view? Oh no, the red again. I feel like if that gets dirty after the revamp, it will show no matter how much they scrub at it. Again, it's brown. I just don't like the brown. Yeah, I slightly like the red a little bit more, but again, red. I don't know. It screams. Well, we all know what it screams. Oh God. Yeah. Interior designers haven't really thought of that well. Then again, I'm coming from a standpoint of being in Britain right now, and it's not very exciting. Our interior designs at the moment because it's all like grey and white. Yeah, it's not really exciting. Don't get me wrong. If I could, I would get a big Victorian house and get like proper like black and white tiles and stuff like that. But what screams modern right now in Britain is these complements of greys and whites and, you know, lighter colours that, you know, when you got a bit of a window with natural light, the whole room lights up type situation. And so for me, from my perspective and my sort of environment and culture, these are not modern. Whereas with this ship, where they're from, their interior designers, where they're from, this could be modern to them. Do you know what I mean? This could be their modern design. But to me, from a British standpoint, this isn't modern interior from Britain. So I just want to point that out there. And this is coming from my perspective. So yeah, don't get wrong, browns can work. You got wood, like proper like wood, but not like this varnished plastic looking thing. Like I can already see like, I don't know, I can already like feel it, if you know what I mean. You know, obviously like people might like this and that's fine. Again, I'm obviously not the target audience for this. But yeah, let's have a look at this one. Again, I feel like there is the lifeboats in it. God, at least you got your own lifeboat if anything goes wrong. Okay, these are definitely the single cabins. This is like what. See, this is basically saying like, listen, if you decide to go as a loner, this is your view and this is your room. So think about it again, please. And you'll probably have to pay like a little bit more money than 2 people staying in a room for this room. But I'm going to be honest, personally would not mind this room. I think it's quite it's as spacious as the single rooms, the double room, sorry. And the telly's in a more understandable position. But yeah, other than that, again, it's just the browns. The browns are letting it down. But I guess with the red, it kind of looks a bit more natural because the rest of the room sort of like in a darker shade. But then once you get to the light part, it just screams old. I don't know. With the red, it looks slightly nicer. But yeah, let's see. 2 beds outside. Again, with the brown. The brown. Yeah. Yeah, so far, it's not really tickling me pickle in terms of interior. See this one. Okay, so slightly darker greyish brown. Actually, that looks a little bit better. Slightly better, actually. Still a bit dark, but it's the dark where it's like it's not trying to be light, if you get me. It doesn't really take away from the room, whereas that lighty, varnished, orangey brown kind of does. It looks a little bit more modern, that darker brown, I think. So, let's see this one. Ooh, again. Now, if you add like a lighter, like a bluey grey here, it'll make the room feel a lot bigger. Again, this curtain, it's not really a door, but then again, if you're staying with a person and you're willing to sleep in the bed with them, you have to be some level of comfort with them. Do you know what I mean? It's at an extra entrance there, so it's like a 2. Kind of reminds me like those penthouse suites, if you get me, like here, the fake ones. Again, this makes sense. Forced, unnecessary room taken up. Is there a place where to put the kettle? Can't believe I haven't asked this yet. Is there a place to put the kettle? Yeah, right there. Put the kettle there. Great. Yeah, I think that this brown needs to go. I like that darker brown that we saw before. But I love that view. I bossed that one there. Again, I like even the carpet like screams old fashioned. Why do they use carpet? Is it just easier to clean? But yeah, let's have a look at this one. Ooh, see, that colour looks so much better. Also, the slightly darker yellow as well going across, it looks so much better with it as well. Look, like that's a blue, isn't it? Like that sort of looks like the bottom of the ship. Like it just looks so much better. Look how much brighter that room looks just with that slightly darker colour. It's weird how like a slightly darkerish brown can make a room look slightly bigger because the brown sort of is close to a grey, so it complements the white and the blue. So yeah, it looks so much better. It looks more modern. Again, the skirts on these beds, I don't get them. I've just not really paid attention to hotel rooms or rooms in general. Do they all have skirts? Like even look, the carpet makes the carpet look slightly cleaner. Like I don't know, that varnished brighty orange brown to me makes everything around it look a bit. I feel like I can swipe my hand across like the surfaces and I'll have dust or like some sort of grime on it. I don't know, it just screams like an old restaurant situation. But let's look at the balcony. That's all we've all been waiting for, the balcony. Right, so curtains again. Oh, it's varnish, it's brown varnish. Again, it's like a reddish, I think got the orange. Again, what's going on here? Why is this red? See, this is blue. Like that colour blue there. It'll look nice. Yeah, they're almost, again, what's with the space? What's with the space taken up? Why would you want a couch, a seat there? Why? It just blocks your walkway to, you know what I mean? And you know, it's a double bed. Realistically, it's only meant to, serve 2 people. You've only got 2 bums. You don't need 2 seats and a double seater. Do you know what I mean? I can understand maybe in an extra seat because sometimes you can't want to sit on that one spot, don't you, in a whole couch. But this seat does not need to be here. It really does not need to be here. Like, or you move it somewhere else because right now it's just blocking. The room's too small to have that seat there. Like, again, what are you doing with that? Like, to be fair, I can imagine that'd be full of crap when you whatever you've come in with and you just dump it on the thing. Let's have a look out here. Oh, the balcony's nice. Oh, nice little cup of tea outside before anyone else wakes up. Do you know when wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning and no one's ready yet to go down, so you wait a little bit. Only issue though, just a very spectacular issue. If you're sitting lying there, realistically the only view you're getting is either these little bits, stray bits of button, or a wall. I know health and safety and design on the ship, you've got to have it like that, but it's not the best place for the balcony. Like, you're going to have to stand up. Like, and realistically, like, balconies, you kind of want to look out over, don't you? Like, when you're sitting down. Like, most balconies are of glass, don't they? So you can see through when you're sitting down. Whereas this, you're looking at the underside where, like, spider webs are. As I stand on this table, if you want to enjoy a nice view with your Peroni. Yeah, it's not the design choices aren't filling me with confidence. I'm going to be honest with the thing. So let's hope the communal area is slightly better. This is the cold buffet. So this is where you get your nice beef and salami and stuff like that. There's your salmon. Oh, I don't know what that is, but I know that, was that tuna? That's yellow fish. It's like chopped pork or something like that. Either way, you got your $5 a day. Yeah, this look how much nicer this area. Look, with like the lighter colours, like I get like you've got like about 20 windows there. That's why there's so much light. But that sort of lighter colour just makes the room feel like so much bigger, so much lighter, brighter. You know, you walk in there and you think, oh yeah, I'm ready. You know what I mean? Whereas those like rooms, you can't like, you wake up and like, you know what I mean? You feel a bit enclosed on yourself. Whereas this makes the space, it makes the most of its space that it's got. Definitely enjoy it. Look at the bread. Oof, bread. Nice. There's a coffee machine. Yeah. But as I was saying, like, it literally, like, let's see. Over here. So you have to look at how far a day. But yeah, look at that. Look how spacious it looks. And that's only like a really small sort of length pot. Look at this champagne. You know. So with the use of the lighter colours with the lighter shade of wood there for the cabinets just makes it look so much nicer. And then you go, oh, got the mouse. Look at this mouse. What's an artisan? Look at the yogurts. Oh, wacht like loads of that. Yeah, nice little buffet. Quite a nice. What's the palm garden? Right, well. So the palm garden actually means palm pattern on your chairs. I don't know. For me, if I got promised a palm garden, I'd expect plants, like the big plants, like the big leaves in spots, not little plastic pots. But don't get me wrong, the atmosphere, the mood, the lighting is nice. Do you know what I mean? It's definitely a restaurant. What's it called? What is a palm garden? Is it a restaurant? Is it meant to be a restaurant? Either way, it'd be nice to come sit there and have a nice steak or something like that. Yeah, I'll just. Nah, this screams 90s. This screams 90s. I'm guessing this is the one you don't have to book. Yeah, yeah, again, I don't. You got a few ships there. Yeah, the wine bar. The wine bar is nice. See? Like, see, look at them colours, the way they complement each other. Like, do you imagine of Disney, Paris? Now, hear me out here, because I stayed at the Marvel Hotel 2 years ago for my 21st. And a lot of this sort of like this, I don't know, it just reminds me of the Marvel Hotel on the campus of Disney. Yeah. I don't know who's messaging me. It just reminds you of that, like the cocktail lounge and that in there. It probably doesn't look like it, but it just reminds you of it. You've also got your piano there. Hamburg Lounge. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. This is definitely a cocktail place, isn't it? I can tell. Oh my god, imagine like, I don't know. It's all right, imagine like a 1930s. I don't imagine something like a cinema. But like a proper fancy cinema. If you get me, like, I don't know, like I'm guessing they like a bit of jazz. Yeah, not too bad. There's a pool bar. Oh, can't beat a pool bar, can you? Where's the pool? There it is. Oh, the pool's looking a bit small. But yeah, no, the pool's looking a bit small, but if it's for aimed at older people, perfect. I'm guessing a lot of people like to sit in it rather than swim. This lounge here, this pool area looks really nice. I really like this area. Let's see. Oh, and you come in and there's the buffet. Let's see, we already had a look at them areas, public areas, reception. Oh, we had a look at that, didn't we? Right, let's have a look at the hairdressers. That looks like something out of St. John's. Home from home. Yeah, I'm not going to judge this area because who spends their entire cruise in a hairdresser's? Saunas, I'm not a big fan of saunas. I know the Europeans are. I'm not. I don't really think it's a big culture here. I think it starts to become like a bit of a culture in terms of gym culture. But not really, I'm not really on the gym scene, especially saunas. Saunas never interested me. I just don't want to get me out in front of other people. But don't get me wrong, they look sick. Do you know what I mean? When you're sitting there with the benches and that, and you've got like, oh yeah, they got the hot coal, is it? And like, it must heat up and that'd be sick. Like, don't get me wrong, they interest me, but I'm just not into them, if you get me. Do you know what? Gym again. not too bad. I mean, it's small, but I can't imagine many people. I'm guessing the crew are more likely to use this. But yeah, that's it. That's it. Right, let's see. Let's see it on this side. Ah, well. I'm all down here. Yes. So yeah, that is the MS Hamburg. Now, for my ratings, the actual cabins, well, 5 out of 10. It's just given a bit too old, if you get me. I get it, you know, I'm guessing, like I said, the attraction of this cruise ship is where it takes you rather than what you're doing on board. And it's the luxury part that gets me, because when you think of luxury, you think of like, wow, if you get me, but nothing wows me except like the little restaurants and that. So I'm guessing it's the thing. The restaurants and all that, they're lovely. They are lovely. 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. You know, obviously, you got that one that I said reminds me of a cinema a little bit, like the showcase. Not really for me. And then you've got, obviously, like the public area, they look quite sound. Do you get me, for like in between trips and that. But yeah, overall, I think the exterior is a 9 out of 10. I really like the exterior of this ship. So I'm going to give this ship like a 7 out of 10 overall for what I've seen. Maybe a 6 out of 10. Personally, will I pay it? No. I can't speak German. I can't speak English either. But yeah, no, it seems like a lovely ship. Definitely is more for, you know, I think older people, not my age group. But let's have a look at it. Is this it? No, it's Europa. Let's see, is this it? That was it. So yeah, it goes to show what a paint job can actually do for a ship. And don't get me wrong, it still looks lovely, yeah. But it's like that yellow, you know what I mean? Whereas that looks nice, and you know, the colours complement each other a little bit more. The white looks whiter. I feel like when you put yellow next to a white, it can make the yellow look the white look a little yellow. And I sort of adding a bit of character to it. Like if it's all just one colour with only a little bit of colour splitting it up, it can kind of look a bit the same. Whereas with the blue, it kind of makes it more, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's the MS Hamburg, and it's a lovely ship. And I hope you enjoyed Liverpool. Hope you enjoyed the city. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I think the next one will be Mbessa Cruises. I think that comes in on Sunday if I can bother. Well, not that I can be bothered, but buses, they're annoying. If not, I'll have to see what the March itinerary is for. Sorry, the May itinerary is for the Liverpool cruise port, and have a look at that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.